Hey all, let's get into some of Emeek's back videos here. This is going to be a short video just covering Emeek's expertise on microphones, attacking somebody who's attacking him. Let's go here.
Now this is a message to Adobe PC. What's your fucking problem, man? You come into my videos every single time I leave one and you talk like I'm doing something wrong, like you know what the hell you're talking about. And I just seen this comment a week ago that you left. It says, "You did your research?" Of course I do my research. I thought you did video editing professionally. No, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm not a professional video editor, dude. I work at a cable broadcast station, and I mainly do lower thirds and shit.
Okay. I was waiting for him to finally admit that. Here's the thing. People like Emeek think Macs are true pro editing things. There's professional, and then there's professional. Like you said, he's doing lower thirds, he's basically doing cut and splice and so on, and little crap like that. Not that that isn't professional work, but it's not professional work. A Mac is fine for that. But then again, a lot of the stuff on Linux is fine for that too, and costs a hell of a lot less if you've built the proper machine to go with it. True pro stuff is what I would consider, Hollywood. Sony Pictures, Pixar, and the various other companies. You could even make an argument for South Park, to a point. South Park tried to go all Mac, said we can't do as much. They went to Mac and Linux because they couldn't get there from there. And the other studios I've named largely use Linux a lot. I don't disagree that Mac is fine for doing just basic video editing, but then so is Linux. If you buy proper video editing software, so is Windows. This is a Mac marketing thing here. Apple is trying to get the highest price they can for their systems by calling them pro systems. But, if you take a look at their systems, and video editors look at hard drive space, like some of y'all look at RAM. It's like, I need more gigs of RAM. Video editors, I need more terabytes of hard drive space, and I need it now. And I'm sorry, but a machine that can only have 8 terabytes of internal swap space, a true pro video editor is going to be, what? I have to build a whole external server array. Not that they aren't using those all the time anyways. But a true pro video editor dealing with raw HD input is going to want more than 8 terabytes of internal hard drive space. They're going to want a directly connected drive that's larger than 6 terabytes. Which you can't do in a Mac Pro, or any Mac for that matter. So, you wind up having to set an external setup and do everything over the Ethernet versus just exporting to the Ethernet. Most true pro editors, because the internal drives are much faster, 3 gigabits a second serial ATA is much faster than a 1 gigabit Ethernet connection. 3 times as fast, actually. Get your work done a hell of a lot faster. They want their scratch drive local, which for true pro editing is unpractical on any Mac. On a custom-built Linux system, built specifically for that purpose, built using a motherboard that has 10 serial ATA connections, you can get a big enough local scratch drive that you don't need your scratch drive to be over the network like Emeek has to do good quality video in that league. If you're doing a movie suite, that taking 3 times as long to do stuff is really unacceptable. So, let's get back into this.
Not a professional video editor. to continue on with your comment, it says, you need to back off from the mic, dude. It's an honest criticism. I know I overmodulate once in a while, but I'm not making videos trying to tell other people what to buy and how to record podcasts. Really, you're not trying to tell other people how to make podcasts, yet every time I leave a video, you have some kind of constructive criticism to leave. Your video audio on your videos sounds like it's off a damn webcam. So yeah, I'm supposed to be close like this. That's why I got a pop filter. So I went and researched a true video professional called Larry Jordan. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Here's another tip. The closer a mic gets, the better it sounds. This is why you see radio announcers try to swallow the microphone. It's called the proximity effect. When you get really, really close to a microphone, the bass is really enhanced. The problem is when you get really, really close to a microphone, unless you're really careful, your P's and your T's are going to explode.
Hence this pop filter.
Okay, now he's just going into mic 101, so I'm going to let that just go. But I don't disagree with anything he said here, that's all true aside, but there's a reason I don't have a mic like that. I'm basically using a glorified webcam setup right now because I can't afford the setup I want to build. I do want to build a true pro setup. Hopefully I can get that done sometime this year, but realistically, given how my budget is right now, I'm probably looking at sometime in 2011 because I'm going to need to spend about 10 grand on equipment, which, money's a little tight right now. I know a lot of webcasters and podcasters do it. AppleSoldier's, quote-unquote hero, AppleSoldier himself, a lot of people do it. They have this big, you don't need to see my face even though I'm doing video, Now some of them do things like stick it over here and use a directional one, or one that can, stick like right here, and stick things on it to make it part of the set and give it personality. That's great for radio. And most of the more successful podcasters are also doing radio shout-outs and doing syndicated radio shows, so that's acceptable. However, if you're solely doing video and your main focus is on audio, the visual aesthetics matter. It's like you never see, with the exception of this sucker right here, when I go to that camera over there, you don't see the cameras here. And when I rebuild the studio, I'm going to make it so you never see a camera, no matter what camera angle you're at. You don't see mics, you don't see things. They make mics that dangle and would be sitting up here out of frame, that get just as good a sound. They don't get quite as good a bass, but they don't distract from the visual. And that's what I want to use, because they're about even money, and I think they don't distract from the video. I think that's what Adobe was really complaining about. But the type of mic that AppleSoldier's using, yeah, you have to be right in front of it. But then it's like it's in the way. It's on the frame all the time. You can't see. It would be like me having, okay, today on as I push the keyboard button. It's little things like that. So, you want one with a sweet spot that's about this far away from you, to a little bit more, so you can have it off frame. So, I think that's what they were getting at. So, this is some thoughts on this. Now I'm going to get into videos that actually need correcting another. Peace out, all.